Welcome back to your soon-to-be favorite podcast. I'm Angelica.
And I'm Kelsey.
And this is
Here We Grow. I forgot I brought
Sephora.
this.
We're gonna take a quick pause.
Yep. And we're back.
And we're back. So
And
sorry
we
about
won't
that.
tell you where we went either.
It'll be a mystery forever.
Forever.
Yeah, so we went to breakfast, and on the way to breakfast, this is how you know you hit 29 because I sneezed so violently. I also farted.
We were just talking about this on the last episode. Like accidentally farting.
Kelsey, I shit you not. I thought I shit myself.
I shit you not.
I was like, I was like, what? And I was like, I think I just shat myself.
Like you had to check.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like in the car, I was like, it doesn't feel wet, but it feels cold. Like, I don't know.
That's not what you usually feel when you fart.
No. And
Or
then
any bodily fluids.
when we got to the breakfast place, it's so funny. He checked me like credit card. Checked me.
That's love right there. Because what if there really was poop?
I know. And he was like, I didn't feel anything. And I was like, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom just to be sure.
Yeah.
And I checked and I was good, but it was the start of beautiful diarrhea. So it was like a warning sign.
Yeah. It was like, hey,
I cannot believe I'm saying this on
get
the
to the bathroom.
podcast. It's like, hey, if you won't, I will.
You remember when we first started listening to Ladies and Tangents and they talk about poop a lot?
Mm.
You're like, I don't see how people poop themselves. And I'm like, be blessed then.
Be blessed. Go on and be blessed.
So you see now, it
Yeah.
happens to you. You don't do it. It's something that happens to you.
I was like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, I shit myself on my 29th birthday.
All of your phrases revolve around shitting. Like, I shit you not. Are you fucking shitting me?
Yeah, it was it was intense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What else did you do for your birthday?
Let's see. We went to Ulta.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. I was like reminiscing on stuff because I used to be really into makeup. I'm trying to get back into it. So it's just really nice, like checking all this new stuff that's out, all these new brands, and
Yeah.
telling Mario, like, oh, this is for, because he's so intrigued, like, oh, what's this for? And so I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, this is when you do this is when you do that.
That's
So,
nice, right, too?
Yeah. And
Also having a partner who's interested in what you're interested in.
yes. And I was telling him, like, you start off on the expensive side and you act like you're interested, and then you slowly make your way to the more affordable side.
Right.
But yeah, so I don't know. This is really nice. And we went to Sephora, and he's so cute. Like, we were walking by the Lady Gaga one, and I was like, oh, ooh, ah. And like, I audibly made a sound where you can tell which one was my favorite one. And I just walked away. And then as we were getting to the counter, he had it there. And I was like, are you sure?
Mhm.
I was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
You said the Lady Gaga one of what?
House Labs. She has a makeup brand.
Okay, that's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
I've heard about the mascara. It's
Oh,
supposed to be
yeah.
like nourishing for your eyelashes. So not only
Interesting.
does it help you like elongate your eyelashes to wear them like somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
but it also like it's supposed to nourish them so that you have long time you have long time health for your eyelashes.
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know about
But
that.
yeah. It's something else.
Yeah,
that's
there's
cool
so
about it.
many things that are, people taking initiative of, or like these makeup brands are taking initiative to be better within their lines, and
Yeah.
good for them.
Yeah.
Honestly, good for us.
Yeah.
Makes
Good
it
for
more
everyone.
expensive, but
Yeah.
it's worth it, I think.
Well, and with social media, the makeup industry has like exploded.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like especially like designer makeup, not drugstore makeup. So
Which I still like
Well,
some drugstore makeup.
I was gonna say also with social media, then after like whenever there's designer makeup out, then the drugstore makeup that is similar to that also booms because people are like, here's the dupe for this,
Yeah.
here's the dupe for that. So yeah,
I know.
I think they're both doing well,
Yeah.
very well for themselves. We should have a makeup brand because apparently you can make a lot of money.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
We just have to be really ethical.
Don't take that idea, guys.
That's ours.
That's our idea.
That's our idea. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we went to go get boba tea, and we came home for a 30-minute nap for Mario because he was sick, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And then we went and had Greek food with my family.
Yep.
It was really nice. It was good.
I had a Greek
Delicious.
Alfredo.
Was it good?
It was just like regular Alfredo.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't anything special.
No,
it was good.
Spices or
No, it was a little bit acidic. I was asking Sophie because she also had chicken like that was cooked the same way as the chicken that was in mine. I was asking her, does it taste like acidic, like lemony to you? And she was like, yeah, a little bit. Like that was the only thing that was different. But yeah, other than that, they gave me a cup of Parmesan to put on it, and it was chicken and noodles, and then I had pita bread, but that was the only thing that was Greek.
My mom called it tortilla too. She's like, I like this tortilla. Like I've had it before. I remember. Like this is really good. I was like, yeah. That
She'd
tortilla.
also like naan too, because it's very similar to naan, like Indian naan.
Oh yes. I never knew what it was called.
Yeah, it's naan. N. It's not like a motorcycle. It's NAAN.
NAAN.
Yes,
oh,
naan.
I love Indian
garlic
food.
Naan. Yeah,
I love it.
what do you get from Indian food?
No idea. So delicious.
You just eat whatever.
Literally, like I have eaten it before, and I don't know what it was, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember what it looked like. It's chicken, but it's yellow curry, or no, sorry, orange curry.
Mm-hmm.
It's not spicy. It's just very flavorful.
Mm.
And yeah, Mara and I went.
It might be butter chicken. That's a really common Indian
I think it was.
food,
Yeah, it was.
and it's orange.
Yes.
So is tikka masala though.
I don't know, dude. We went.
I don't know, dude. It was orange. There was chicken. I ate it.
We went about a month and a half ago, and oh my god, it was just anything we ordered. It was just so good. Like it's such a good comfort food. Like it's such an underrated comfort food.
Yeah.
It just makes you want to like, I don't know. Like it's just so easy to eat, and you know
It's
what
like-
I mean.
It's like makes you warm on the inside, like soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Eat
can
that good
understand why.
feeling.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's why I love like soups and chilies and pastas because it gives you that warm and cozy feeling.
I know.
So comforting.
Very comforting.
I thought you said Mary comforting.
Very comforting.
Anyway, we went on a tangent about food.
Before my birthday, though, Mario took me to Prime 47 for my birthday, which is kind of like a bucket list restaurant. I had worked downtown, and I would round the corner on my way to the parking garage, and it would be the Prime 47 downtown, and it smelled so good every single time. And I kept telling myself, like, one day I'm going to get a rich boyfriend to take me there.
Sure enough.
Yeah, we went, and like he got a tomahawk. Yeah, I was like, whose birthday is it? Yours or mine?
Right.
But I'm just kidding.
Because you had like a filet mignon, right? So it was like
I had a wagyu.
Oh, okay.
Wagyu.
Yeah. But yours was like tiny compared to his.
Wagyu filet, yeah.
So yeah, it was filet mignon cut then.
It was so good. So good. We had mashed potatoes, so good.
Yeah.
It's just good. Like mashed potatoes, but like, wow.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
And then we had mac and cheese with lobster. So good. Their wine was hitting. I was tipsy. I was like,
cool.
holy moly.
Holy moly.
I was like, I'm getting hot. Like, but it's so nice in there. Very appreciative. Thank you, honey. And yeah. So it was good.
Yeah. It's a good birthday to me.
It was really nice.
I thought I heard something.
Duh.
I didn't even hold my breath, but you certainly held yours.
Okay. So I had a great birthday. It was wonderful. It was such a difference from last year. So it was good. It was really great.
You had a good birthday last year too. It was just different.
What? Oh, no, birthday party? Yes.
Okay.
Birthday party. That's the best birthday party I've
Okay.
ever had in my entire life.
I'm like, what are we saying here?
Sorry, I think you meant my actual birthday. My actual birthday was okay.
Okay, you don't want to say why?
Cut this out,
Oh,
Kelsey.
because DJ Dumbfuck, right?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I guess we kind of already talked about it. Yeah, and it was. I can't say anymore.
Nah, I can't say anymore.
Anyway,
Are we leaving that in?
yeah, sure, why not? Whatever.
Oh my god, I was here editing. We've switched to me editing here at Angelica's house. I was editing last Sunday, and there was a part of the episode where you were like, "Oh, you're talking about like whether or not to get pregnant and stuff like that," and then like something interrupted us, and you're like, "Well, I was saying." I'm just kidding. Let's just move on.
I've been doing
You had like a really deep conversation. Like, it's fine. Never mind. Just forget everything I said.
I've been doing that lately. Like, just kidding.
I feel like we should do it more.
And what's even funnier is when Kelsey was here editing, she had me listen to a couple of like snippets of it. I'm like, yeah, I stand by what I said. And then even when I was listening back, there was 2 parts where I clearly said, cut this out.
I didn't catch it. I was trying to get through the episode so fast because I was just trying to be done with it. But the way we're doing now, we should catch everything. Yeah. We should catch everything.
Well, I said the T word and you're all like, don't say the T word. I'm scared. And then you left it in. Yeah, so
what had happened was I listened to it on like not 3 times speed. It's probably 2 times speed. I don't know. I hit a button and it speeds it up. I don't know what the exact increments are, but at 2 times speed, I can kind of hear what we're talking about, but only like I can catch what the subject is. And from memory, knowing, okay, we talked about that and then we talked about that or whatever, I can just see where we're at in the episode. And so I was doing that thinking, oh, there's nothing really that we needed to cut out. But obviously there was.
Oh, whoops.
I think I was watching, like, intending for me to realize that I was like, cut that out! Or, you know, something a little bit more dramatic to where I would have caught it at 2 times speed. But I didn't.
That's okay.
So, but we have a new method now. We won't miss those things anymore.
Yeah. No, we won't. But yeah.
So beware.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's a good birthday.
Good. So for today's episode, we said we're going to talk about friendships a little bit, which I remembered a little while ago. I just didn't say it to you. We have had an episode about friendships. I don't remember what the fuck we talked about.
I don't remember what the fuck we talked about either.
I couldn't even tell you what episode number it is, honestly, like how far back it was.
Yeah, today is going to be a yap session about friendships. There's like just a couple of things, and I'm going to be saying a lot of things that maybe don't make sense in the moment, but I'm trying to like word it together because I don't really know how to express it.
We're going to be processing it.
Yeah, I'm going to be processing it.
So let's talk about what we talked about in the kitchen earlier, which was we talked about kind of our group chat and how we're really bad at communicating with each other in our group chat. And there's 5 of us in that group chat. And I don't know if we've ever been good or if it just all of a sudden got bad. But I was telling Angelica that I realized recently that our issue is not that there is an issue, but if there was an issue, it wouldn't be that we'd be growing apart. It's that we don't communicate with each other and that it feels like we're growing apart.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because when we're together, it's like we never...
Like no time passed.
No time has passed, right? We just catch right back up. We have the same jokes. We have the same humor, like connected completely. But we're really bad at communicating in group chat, so it makes us feel like we're more separate from each other. And I was saying, like, one of our problems is we don't, like, when the group chat comes to a point where, like, somebody needs to say the hard thing or, like, ask the hard question or, like, a question that, like, maybe we don't want to dig into this right now. We just don't. Nobody asks it. Like, we know we're all thinking it, but we don't ask the question.
Okay, our episode of last friendship was that men have very shallow relationships, friendships, and women aren't afraid to ask these hard questions, but somehow we are.
It's crazy because I don't think we have shallow relationships. Maybe our text communication is very shallow.
Yeah.
But once we're together, we are very deep. We go all the way there, but only if that person leads us there.
Right.
The person that's talking.
Well, we were... my train of thought has escaped me. It's like I buffered the way...
You started the word and lost it mid-word, not mid-sentence. You were saying our last episode was just about friends boyfriends.
Ew.
Boyfriends. Men's friendships being shallow.
No, it's what you just said.
Okay, so I said
Unless someone takes us there, like, to get deep. We don't ask those hard questions.
so we're not shallow in communication. But we're deep when we're with each other. We're not shallow in communication. I mean, we are shallow in communication.
Yeah, it's gone forever.
All right, well, I'll just keep talking then.
Okay.
Or unless you have something else to say. It's just gone. Okay, well.
Yeah, anyway.
You asked me, well, why are we afraid to ask the hard questions? And I was like, well.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like we're almost too empathetic with each other.
Mhm.
Like, oh, it's okay. She's probably really busy with the babies or
Right.
with her kid or
we
with
skip the
school
hard
or
questions and just
with
go
empathize.
straight to empathize.
Yeah.
And
Like we don't want to open or push the subject, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But why?
Yeah. I've noticed myself too, like not pushing. And I thought also I started this thought when we were talking earlier, but I didn't say it because I was like, let's save this for the podcast. It's gone.
No. I thought something happened over there. I was like, what? Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, hold on. We don't empathize
I
with
can't
each
help
other.
you here, bud.
We don't empathize with each other. Or no, we do empathize with each other, but too quick. Okay, I think I got it. I think as part of the reason, again, that we don't ask the hard questions is because there have been points in our friendship where we have had to either be there for someone in a time that was really hard for us to be there for them. Like it was a very emotionally taxing for us to be there for them.
Mm-hmm.
But also situations where we are there for that person over and over and over and over again for the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and getting frustrated with them that they won't change their circumstances. And so opening the can of worms means we might have to go to that place again, which that's shitty on us for not wanting to do that.
Honestly, yes, shitty. And as you were speaking, I also find myself being like, I am not emotionally available for my friends the way I want to be. So I just can't, I can't even go there. Like I can't, and it sounds selfish, but like, you know how much you can handle. And if you just can't handle that, and it's very unfortunate because it is a very selfish thing to do, but I mean, you gotta go easy on yourself too.
Right.
But I agree on like, well, they're not going to hear me out anyways, or they're not going to.
Right. Why put the energy in when it hasn't worked before? But that's the thing. It has worked before. It just takes a long time. It has worked before.
Yeah.
One of our closest friends recently told us the story of their relationship, and where this friend would have taken 5 years to get out of a shitty situation only took her less than a year. And she was like, that wasn't even a full year of relationship either. They were like spotty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And by the end of it, when she's telling us how it went, we're like, damn, girl, like, good for you for pointing that out and knowing exactly what that was and not being blinded by love. And had the last few years, the last 10 years of her life and her relationships, and us being in her ear telling her what's right and what's not right, she would have never made it to that point. You know, what if she had been in this relationship without all that previous experience, without us telling her, this is what's right, this is what you deserve?
Mm-hmm.
Where would she have been in this relationship now? Would she still be in it? Would she still be letting things go?
Yeah. That's 1,000% true. Kind of like how you told me, like, when you asked me, how did I get out of my abusive relationship? Like, how after 10 years? Mm-hmm. And you mentioned, like, well, now I am more aware about what is a narcissist. And I was able to point out those signs. I'm like, you know what? No.
Yeah.
I'm done with this. Kind of like you said with that friend, too. Like, finally, seeing everything being put together before your own eyes, you're like, oh, my God, hell no. No, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. And you can decide earlier that it's not what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Two things. Resilience and... I was holding on to it and it's gone now.
No.
What did you just say?
Oh, no.
What did you just say?
That you're seeing things being put together in real time, and you tell yourself, hell no, I don't want to do that.
Okay, yeah, it's gone.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so resilience. I was gonna say what I was just describing.
Bad episode.
No, it's a really good episode, actually. I think it's relatable because this is how our conversations actually go. Resilience. What I was just describing, this friend going through over time, multiple relationships that did not work out, and the different kind of personalities that led to that. That is resilience. She is now at a point in like the strongness category of like, or the strongness spectrum, where she knows what she deserves and what she wants out of her life, and she's not willing to take less. Same for you. But had you not been through all those other things first, you would not have learned the things that brought you here now and that make you understand where you're supposed to be. So it's kind of like the exact story of resilience, which we've talked about recently.
Okay, does resilience include the wanting different and therefore doing better? Could you still have
Maybe.
resilience and stay in the same situation you are in, even if you understand it? Or would that be like complacency?
It's complacency, I think. You're accepting what the situation you're in and maybe even wanting it, but not willing to change it for the better. Not willing to grow in a way that will allow you to understand that you need to leave.
Damn.
But that's very common in toxic relationships. You don't leave because you become comfort in it and it's more comfortable, so you stay. It's more comfortable to stay and deal with it than to disrupt your entire life. Which is crazy. I mean, not crazy, but like, it's crazy that your brain will allow you to accept less instead of the pain, the possible pain. It's not even guaranteed pain of flipping your life upside down.
Yeah. Because you're in the emotional brain, not the logic brain.
Yeah. We should do the episode on that.
Let's do it right now.
That's a lot of research.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of brain research. Actually, I want to listen more to The Body Keeps the Score before we do that episode because that's
one of my books I have to finish.
Well, it was hard to get through at the beginning because the beginning of it's a lot of psychology, a lot of like brain science. So, but yeah. Okay. I have some things. Another thing we talked about in the kitchen. You were saying, do you want to talk about like pushing people away?
I don't push people away. Is that what you're calling it?
Is that what I'm calling it?
Is that what you're calling it? Is that what you've diagnosed?
I've talked to someone about it already.
I don't think if it's pushing people away.
Okay, but just describe that. You know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, a couple of things. Kelsey helped me realize that when it comes to friendships, I would much rather have toxic friendships than friendships where I feel like I'm being abandoned. Like that to me is worse than a toxic one that shows up every now and then versus someone who for the most part has shown up, but then, you know, in a couple of instances they don't. And then my whole world is just, I just feel like, oh my God, this person clearly is not my friend. Or...
Well, it can be just a small thing too. Like not saying happy birthday or.
I love the little Betty.
You know.
But it is though. It is. And you know what?
What?
I don't know if she listens, so I'm sorry if you listen.
Uh-oh.
But I mean, I'm not sorry. Because what I'm about to say, I stand by it, but I'm sorry that I'm sharing your business.
Uh-oh.
No, there's this girl that we know, and she's also a Capricorn. And so I thought maybe it's a Capricorn thing because she alluded that if you didn't tell her happy birthday, like, you're no longer her friend.
Oh, God.
No, I know it sounds petty, but like, I think it was so close to New Year's. I think she kind of like formed it with that too. Like, I know who's pouring into me. And if you're not pouring into me, like this is me telling you I'm never going to fuck with you again.
Yeah.
It was basically like that. It wasn't necessarily the birthday thing, but she posted it like on or around her birthday where it was basically saying that like, I know who said, or she had mentioned something about saying happy birthday, but it might just be a Capricorn thing where we just like, you know what? I'm only going to fuck with you if you fuck with me. So if you didn't fuck with me this past year, fuck you. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that because I have some things to say. So specifically, let's talk about the birthday thing, right? You decide, or you can make a post even that's like...
No, Kelsey, it was so bad that... Okay, listen.
Okay.
It's so bad that this year... I know you're antsy. Hang on.
I'm like, I'm gonna lose it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So let's say for the birthday thing, you make a post, you say to people, if this person doesn't tell me happy birthday, they're not my friend anymore. Or if anyone that I truly love and consider a friend,
I know who didn't tell me happy birthday, okay?
doesn't say happy birthday, then I'm done. Why does it have to be a rule? Why does it have to be a thing that you even put energy into? If they didn't tell you happy birthday, you don't even need to notice that they didn't tell you happy birthday.
I do.
You just let them drift away. You know what I'm saying? The thought of like, well, if they don't do this, then I'm not doing it back. I'm not putting any energy back. That thought in itself is too much for your brain to hold.
Oh, I know. So I was completely shutting down my Facebook the other day, right? Like completely. Like if you're not my friend, you're not my friend. You can't see anything past in the past. Like it's completely shut down, I think. Anyway, so then I went on my information. Kelsey, at one point it was so bad, my birthday was set to only me.
I have my birthday set to only me.
I don't do that.
I must
have done that last year.
I do that not because I want to be like, let me see who remembers my birthday.
No, that's exactly what I thought when I did it. I know me for a fact. That's exactly what I said to myself.
I do. Maybe at first it felt like that, but really when it comes down to it, now I do it because I think people posting happy birthday on your wall is fake. I think it's very like going through the motions of social media and not actually a personal happy birthday. And so I don't even like it when people tell me happy birthday on social media. So sorry.
So sorry.
Even when like if I post something like at dinner for my birthday, and so then people know it's my birthday and they comment, oh, happy birthday, it feels fake to me. I would rather my best friends that I'm going to see that day tell me happy birthday and me gather these very meaningful, like 10 happy birthdays in my life than have 1,000 on my Facebook page.
Okay, but why does it have to be like that? Why does it have to be disingenuous?
What do you mean?
Why does it have to be disingenuous?
Why does Facebook have to be disingenuous?
Yeah, what if it's just like a coworker that you really, really like, but they no longer have your phone number, and so they just message you or write on your post or whatever, right? Comment.
Yeah, that's true, but like...
It could still be genuine. I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's more genuine than fake because they're taking the time to type it out and like post.
You know, they give you the pre.
Okay, but they're still clicking buttons, Kelsey. Damn.
You go to your notifications. You're like, oh, somebody liked my status. Somebody comment. Oh, it's Angelica's birthday. Happy birthday. Post.
That's still taking
in your
effort.
Notifications.
That is still taking effort. I think so. I think that takes effort because if I truly did not give a fuck about you, I'm not gonna tell you happy birthday. But if you're okay, if you're cool, like sure, I'll tell.
I don't know if anybody who knows me have noticed this, but I've never wrote happy birthday on your wall because I feel like it's fake. I feel like if I'm telling you happy birthday on your wall, it's fake. And if I truly know you and I truly want you to have a happy birthday, I will either message you directly.
I think you're worse than me.
I will either message you directly because I feel like that's meaningful. Did you notice I didn't say happy birthday to you in our group chat? I said it to you directly and I didn't
Oh, yeah,
say
I
it in the group
appreciated
chat.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. No.
Because here's the other thing. Maybe this is worse.
I think yours is worse.
When I do it in the, like, say I did it in the group chat and then everybody else said happy birthday.
Yeah,
they didn't remember it was your birthday. I reminded them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
No,
I hate that in a group chat, too.
I think about that way, too. And I respond to my text messages the day of or as they're coming. I just hit myself with the mic. Like I respond to my text message happy birthdays as they're coming in or right away. And then my Facebook is like the next day.
Yeah.
I obviously, because people who have your number are obviously going to be closer to you than people who don't. And then every year I'm just shocked by who does and who doesn't.
I think.
And to me, if you do, I think that's like a point.
You get 1 point. I actually do. I rather not have 1,000 of them because then I can focus on the ones that I did get from the people I actually talked to.
It reminds me of something I said in a previous episode where, oh, sorry, baby.
I just kicked bull.
Or like if you have more potential friends to cast the net of being your friend, you have a better chance than if you have a smaller group of potential friends and don't really catch any.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Oh, no.
So you want to cast a bigger net, like, for security reasons?
Because abandonment, yes.
Okay, that's not healthy.
I know it's not healthy. And
because have you ever heard the saying that you should, like...
Quality over... Quality over quantity. Absolutely.
Quantity.
Absolutely. No. But it's something that I said like a year ago. I don't think I no longer think that way anymore. I think since being with Mario and having my whole life flipped upside down, I think I prefer the smaller groups and pouring into. That's what I'm saying. Like I am. And it also comes with that too, like feeling like I'm not going to put my effort into people anymore if I don't feel like the effort has been reciprocated. Like I'm done trying to spread myself flat.
Lay myself flat.
Lay myself flat. I'm tired
That's a
of
call
it.
back to an old episode.
I'm tired of it because I'm not paying attention to myself and I'm not just giving myself all that love and attention and affection. So I'm just going to focus on myself this year. Like, honestly, I need to. So and lay low. But wait.
Good. The other thing that I cut you off on.
My lips are so chapped. Okay, I was going to say that there is this friendship who completely fucked me up. And I think that's where the abandonment starts.
Okay, tell me.
Okay,
tell me. How long ago was this? What year?
Okay, well, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. We'll call her Elle. Okay. Me and Elle became best friends sophomore year of high school. We were the bestest of friends up until the end of junior year.
Okay.
The end of junior year, I started clicking more with another girl. We just had more things in common. It kind of just fit my personality better. And despite having classes with both girls, I just tended to gravitate more towards the second girl. And it wasn't like I was not hanging out with the first girl anymore. I think she kind of saw it as a threat or like a now I have to share my person, which I don't see what's wrong with that. But I understand.
Teenage friendships.
Yeah, we were teenagers, kind of weird. She we went through senior year and then she told me after senior year that she felt like I replaced her with the new girl, which I don't think I did. So after high school, she told me that she felt like I replaced her with the new girl. And I disagreed. And we kind of just like went our separate ways because she felt like I did and I felt like I didn't, which I understand now. I don't get to be in charge of how she took it or how she felt. But I was just so like, no, I didn't do that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I did just to make you feel better when I clearly didn't do anything. But obviously that didn't work out. And probably like a year later into college, I like saw her and I messaged her and I was like, hey, I saw you outside and I miss you so much. Like, can we please be friends again? And she was like, yeah, we can totally, try to be friends again. And we did for a bit. And I thought everything was going well. And then she stopped texting me back. I would call her. I would text her. Nothing. I would send her messages on Facebook and nothing. And this was like probably 2 months into her absence. In hindsight, could I have driven to her house? Maybe. But I didn't. I mean, I was in college. There's other shit to do. I was working full-time, going to school full-time. And I messaged her on Facebook after like 2 months of her not talking to me. And I was like, hey, are you alive? And she's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, you haven't responded to me in like 2 months. And then she never responded to me ever again. Never. She just left me hanging. Completely.
Yeah.
So this was probably like 2016.
So...
And I never, like, all this time, I'm like, did I do something wrong? Did I upset her? Did I hurt her? Did she think, like, you already left me once, I'm not going to give you another chance to do it? I don't know. I have no idea what it could possibly have been. I think about her all the time. I tell Mario about her. And it's so funny because recently she liked something on my post on my Facebook. It wasn't even about me. It was about my dog. But like I saw her name pop up in my notifications and I had a double take. I was like, wait, who? What?
Wow.
And I ended up having a dream about her the next day.
Wow.
But yeah, it's one of those friendships where it's like I would give anything to be in that person's life or have her in my life. Like I wonder what our adult friendship would have been like. I don't know.
Okay, so do you remember in the podcast before, in an old clip that we have where you say Kelsey would be like, or I'll be like, fuck that bitch, and Kelsey will be like, well, how'd she grow up though?
Oh, I know. She's gone through Major shit.
Not only that, but
It's hard not to take offense and think that it's my fault or that I did something wrong, and think a bit more of like, okay, she must have been going through some things.
in the first situation where she told you that you feel like she feels like you replaced her, it seems like to me she was telling you that you abandoned her. And now you feel abandoned. So that's interesting. And I was going to say, like, you know, remember the saying, you can't, if somebody tells you that they hurt you, you can't decide that you didn't.
Yeah.
So, like, in that situation, of course, like, you're young and, like, you're not thinking about, you're just like, I'm right and you're wrong. And I mean, as teenagers, we think that way, right and wrong, and not, like, this bigger picture thing that we do now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you.
And the second situation where she said, yeah, we can be friends, and then ghosted you, I can understand that would be hurtful and, like, why, and misleading.
Yeah. Okay, so I lost my train of thought.
The name of this episode. The name of this episode is "I Lost My Train of Thought."
Okay. I lost it. Oh my god, it was like right there, and then I lost it again. Okay. I don't remember exactly how I felt when she told me that she felt like I replaced her with someone else, but I can tell you that I think it's anger. Because because I have felt that feeling again years later when, long story short, we're a friend of 5 girls. We're in a group of 5 friends. We're in a group of 5 girlfriends, right? And I accidentally double booked myself on something, and then you guys got mad at me because I was trying to split my time. And later on, you told me that it's kind of not difficult or hard. I forget what the words you actually said, but something along the lines of like, we forget, because we're so tight within our group that we forget you have outside friends that are not in the group. Right. And that was the same feeling that I felt when Elle told me that she felt like I replaced her. Because I'm like, I can have other friends. Like, it almost felt like she was telling me. I took it way too. I mean, I was like literal. 16. Yeah, or sorry, probably 17. Yeah, it felt like she was telling me I can't have any other friends. Yeah. Well, anyways, I understand now that looking back, I can understand how she felt abandoned. I can totally see that. I mean, senior year with this new friend, I mean, we joined a team together, and so not only were we spending time in class, but then after school too, sometimes even on the weekends.
Well, in hard school. High school's hard because, you know, you spend time with the people you have the most classes with, the most, like, I remember there was 2 years of my whole high school career where I had almost my entire schedule exactly identical to another person. And they were not in our, like, close friend group, but, like, even Mercedes, shout out Mercedes. I believe senior year, we had all but one class together, every single class. Yup. So, like, you end up closer to that person because you're with them all day long.
Yeah, exactly.
What I was going to say was, like, maybe when she was upset feeling like you had abandoned her, it's because she didn't have outside friends. So, like, yeah, you're allowed to have outside friends, but you're my only friend.
Yeah, we had went to, like, a summer thing for college between junior. My God, I was like, what's the year before senior? Between junior to senior year that summer, we had gone on a field trip. It was like a week long, staying at another university to learn about college life and stuff. And Elle, I remember her telling me, like, she was not comfortable with talking with other people from other schools that were also going to be there. She just wanted to talk to people from our high school. And I'm like, this is a great opportunity to socialize. I used to be a huge, like, social butterfly. And I'm like, no, I want to talk to other people. And, like, I want to get to know them. And, like, looking back to another reason kind of was my ex's ex was going to be there.
Oh, my God.
But no. Hang on. People that were in her school I grew up with. So getting to reconnect with them and kind of blowing it in her face, obviously it was like an ego boost. Ego boost.
Sometimes, you know, it's just one letter with you. It's just one letter that changes the whole word.
Ego boost.
Ego boost. Wait, what's EcoBoost? It's like a brand.
EcoSport.
No, like EcoBoost itself. EcoBoost. It's a brand. Hold on, let me look it up. I mean, keep talking.
Anyway, so the new friend that I made, she was down to be social, and so me and her just like, you know, we're the social people of our high school, and she's like to people that we already hang out with, like we're gonna see them back at school. Like, what's the harm in making more friends? Like, to me, I just obviously she's an introvert, and I understand.
I was gonna say you guys were on two opposite ends of the spectrum of what you wanted out of friendships. You wanted to make plenty of friendships, and she just wanted to have one meaningful one, it seems like. Or was only able to have one meaningful one.
Yeah. And it makes me, oh my God. It makes me like, I wish, I don't even know what I wish, but no, I don't know how to word it. I don't think I was definitely emotional as a child. Yeah. But obviously, I wish I was more maybe understanding of her situation, or maybe more, I don't know, less self-centered, less self-centered. Because I remember like she suffered from bipolar disorder, and like her dad was not a good dude. And I'm sure she has a shit ton. And she had previous trauma from before I even was friends with her. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, maybe I could have, I don't know, been more empathetic or more. It just felt like she was trying to put like a damper on my fun. Like, hey, like, let's just go hang out with other people. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Just trying to hold you down.
Yeah. And oh my God. Mario and I have been playing Battleship because it's the only game that he can beat me in. And anytime I get one of his boats, I say, yeah, baby. Yeah.
Like Ludacris. Yeah. Like Ludacris. That's hilarious.
And he started copying me. So you'll just hear us, yeah, baby. Yeah.
That's great.
I'm so sorry. Anyway, I don't know. I know she recently had a baby at the same time that my sister had a baby, and it was a couple like doors down from her. Mm-hmm. Like, I wanted to reach out so bad and be like, I know this is really weird, but like, I know you just had a baby. I can't tell you how I know that, but I know that. Or, you know, like, I hope you're doing, I still think about that. I think about her all the time. Yeah. I think about like, if I were to see her, I did see her actually when she was pregnant, and I was angry and I didn't want to see her. I made sure she didn't see me. Yeah. But the checkout line was going too slow. So at one point we were right across from each other, and I just pretended like she was like my sister. Mm-hmm. And I never knew you. And I can do that. And that's actually really fucked up, but I can do that.
That's kind of what we're talking about, is that you're ready to cut anybody off at any moment.
I am ready.
But why?
You know what? There's other like Facebook statuses from when I was younger, and I say that like my favorite thing is cutting ties, burning bridges. I love that shit. Like I feel like I feel so righteous when I'm burned. Mm-hmm. Like so righteous to so like I don't know, like, oh, you hurt me, well, guess what? Yeah. Like, you just made, you're on the list, bitch. I would say that to, like, you just made the list, bitch. What fucking list? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It feels like, okay, I don't know. It would feel good to hold a grudge as a kid.
Mm-hmm. I think also when you would say things like, you know, my favorite thing is to burn bridges or whatever. It's like a warning to people not to hurt you.
Oh, no. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. You're like trying to warn people not to hurt you because like you'll be the most angry of all people.
Like, you'll never hear from me again. Right. Like, if you, like, honestly really hurt me, like, you're fucking done, bro.
But that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Like, why do you have to warn people? Just let them act how they're going to act. And if they want to walk away, let them walk away. you're not in control of how people treat you. You're only in control of how you react to them treating you.
I think that's why I'm so teeter-totter on some friendships, because I'm ready to cut them off.
Yeah.
Like, hurt me one more time or don't do
Disappoint
this or
me.
disappoint me and I'm
Mhm.
done. Like, you're out of my life. You're fucking done. Like,
Yeah,
you're
Travis
done.
is very similar to where I've told him before, like, why are people on such a thin thread with you? Like, just straight up ready to cut people off for things that are not like cut off material.
Yep.
So, okay, so
hang on.
Oh,
but wait. Kind of like you said on that. In my head, they either have to be a friend or not a friend. There's no in between. They can't just be someone that I was friendly with or that I know. Yeah, you're either a friend.
Yeah. You're either a friend. Well, I have
a throat stuck in my.
You what? You have a throat stuck in your what?
In my burp. There it goes. It just like compounded out.
I have a throat stuck in my burp.
I had a burp stuck in my throat and it would come out. Okay, anyways, sorry, go ahead.
You were going to say something.
Oh, I don't know.
I was going to say something to what you were about to say.
People are either a friend or they're not a friend, and they just can't be someone that I knew or used to hang out with, or like.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask if this could be related to the OCD in any way, because black and white thinking.
I have very bad black and white thinking.
But also like,
okay, for example, if I saw someone out, are they my friend or are they not my friend?
I was going to say, maybe some of these friendships that are really hurting you, like friendships where you felt like they abandoned you or like they fell off and like left you behind. Can you ask yourself if the friendship was actually that close? Like, are you making it more grandiose than it was?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they were like actual.
Very close.
Oh, I just remembered another example. Hang on. Wait. Two things.
Okay.
The first time I lost my thought again. Damn it.
We need like a notepad here to write down
okay. For example, I've had someone who. Okay. Back up.
Back up now.
There was this girl who I grew up with, and I obviously had a good childhood with her. Long story short, she came up to me at a social event and she hugged me and she like congratulated me on the podcast, like a bunch of other stuff. And it was really nice. And in my head, I was like, oh my God, are we friends? Mm-hmm. Is this what friends are?
That's why I asked that question. Cause I'm like, how far, if you can only be friends or not friends, then are the people that are supposed to be in the middle, you're considering them all the way in the friend category. And then when they fall off, you're like,
no,
bitch.
No. I use that example to say that I think you're either a friend or you're not a friend. So if I see you out in public, do I say something or do I not say something? I feel like guys, even if they know of each other, they just do a head nod or something, and that's cool. And I'm like,
that's true.
Girls aren't like that. Like it's just different. I just remember another example too.
Okay.
Oh, something else.
Okay. I remember them.
Real quick. Also, my ex had me looking stupid, so I never knew if a girl was an ally or not. Anyways, that's something else to unpack that. I have this friend. We'll call him R. Mm-hmm. He and I were very, very close, right? R got locked away. Uh-huh. And obviously, I know that things aren't about me. I know that the world doesn't revolve around me. I know that logically, but emotionally, I feel that way a lot.
Okay.
And so when this person got put away and I was told they specifically did not want me to know, it felt like the world revolved around me, but I know it didn't. Logically, I know it didn't. But it made me feel like I'm such a horrible person that you didn't want me to know. In your darkest times of whatever, you did not want me to know.
I'm glad you said that. Because the way I hear it is, I am so embarrassed that this thing is happening to me that I would be even more embarrassed if this person knew that.
Oh, no, exactly. I see that now, but my emotional brain is telling me, like, even at this person's worst of times, you're not even worth a consideration. You're not even worth you knowing what's happening with them. Like, I felt so shunned and so, like, cut off from that person. But that's exactly what it is I'm already embarrassed about the people that already know what's happening. Yeah. Unfortunately, that had to know. But if I can help this other person finding out, I would rather not.
Right. I have a question. A while ago, and a few times on the podcast a while ago, we talked about this mindset that you had that you're not a good person. And we talked about how it was related to OCD and like, why don't you think you're a good person? But then you couldn't really come up with any reasons why you don't think you're a good person. Do you still feel that way? So I would venture to say that your past relationship convinced you that you were not a good person, whether that be directly or indirectly. Just somebody just taking the life out of you will make you feel badly about yourself enough to think that you're portraying a bad personality to the world. And so you can understand where that person who got locked up is coming from now because you don't think you're a bad person anymore. But in that state of mind, when you were in that state of mind, you thought the only possible explanation for why this person is quote unquote abandoning me is because I'm not worth it or I'm not worthy of their friendship or whatever. So maybe that's the same of all these friendships that you feel abandoned by, is that it took a toll on how you felt about yourself, and that made you even more angry.
Honestly, yeah.
Probably more angry than you should have been for some of them.
And it's much different than, for example, Mario, because if I tell him like, oh, a friend is going through this, and he'll be like, oh, why? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't ask. Like, why didn't you ask? And I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Sorry.
Well, it's kind of to where we were talking about in the beginning of that friendship group. But versus like my ex wouldn't inspire me or wouldn't encourage me to
like invest
or wow. To save that friendship.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They would prefer me
to like reel them back in.
Yeah, they would prefer me like, well, they must not care, or they whatever, or this.
Angelica.
What?
This entire mindset that you have about friendships came directly from beep flat. Beep flat. Hold on. Don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing else. Hold on. Don't say nothing else.
I was just
I'm going to leave that part where I'm like, don't say nothing else.
Well, yeah, because it benefited him, me not having good friendships.
Wait, I need to re-say that thing. Oh, I was just going to bleep it. Yeah, anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, it benefited him. Yeah. Benefited him, or he benefited from me being isolated. Not having these good friendships or these...
This is a perfect example of how badly narcissistic relationships can hurt you in the long run. Because not only did it keep you from your friends in that moment, but it's created an entire mindset of what friendships are or not.
I mean, yeah, he literally, like, one of the first tasks is what I would call it, is where he made me choose between me or my best male friend. Or sorry, him or my male best friend. And I chose him. And it just spiraled from there. I kept losing friends and... Anyway, what did you want to show me?
Have you also considered that maybe people who distance themselves from you is because they were distancing themselves from your ex?
That's exactly why R did it.
Yeah. And there was another friend that did it too.
Yep, we'll call him A.
Yep, we'll call him A.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to play a video for you that I shared on my story. You might have already seen it, but I'm going to play it for the listeners.
Okay.
This is regarding friendships. Wait, hold on.
Be so intentional with this.
I hate when it doesn't start over when you flip it. Okay, ready? Here.
Be so intentional with pursuing your friendship. Yeah. And people don't want to pursue friends anymore. They just want to sit there entitled, being like, well, they're not going to talk to me. If they're not going to talk to me, I ain't going to chat to them. No. You have to move to your friends. Move to your friends. Pursue them. Be romantic. Send a flower. Send a little text.
Be romantic.
Be so intentional with pursuing your friendship. Yeah. And people don't
Be romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting because we've had this conversation already where it's like, well, if they're not talking to me, then I'm not going to talk to them. And I felt that way before too. But in what she's saying is like, be a grown up, move to your friends when you need to. And if over time they're not moving back to you, then okay, let it go.
What's crazy is there are 2 friendships, I would say, where we don't talk every day, where there is minimal interaction, but the friendship is so solid, I will never question it. One, we'll call her M. She moved away, but it was actually before my ex came into my life. So that was solidified. And then another friendship was when him and I were broken up. So that's solidified with me. It's like when I'm away from him, I can be assured in my friendships and not have to question them. Which I did a lot of questioning with some friends while I was with them.
Yeah.
And now I'm like,
I think some of it's still carried over. So it's just like figuring out what's you and what's not you, like moving forward when you're questioning your friendships and stuff.
Yeah. But you know what? I also had another friend, we'll call her I.
Oh my God.
Where she would be like that all the time. Are you my friend? Are you my friend? Are you my friend? And I remember it would annoy me like, yes, I'm your friend. Like, stop asking that. And now I feel that way. Are you my friend? Are you my friend? Are we friends?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Refresh my memory.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know, guys. Be intentional with your friends. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Romanticize them.
Yep.
Romanticize your life.
Yep.
Why not?
Why not?
Who gonna tell you not to?
Yep.
Who gonna stop you?
Okay, so we're almost at an hour. I have some data I pulled from ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Is this an app?
Yes.
Oh, I never knew.
Yes. You can get it on the internet too. On the internet. You can just log on to the internet and use it. I don't know if you knew that.
The World Wide Web.
The World Wide Web. www.
www.
Okay, so I asked ChatGPT to tell me about anxious and avoidant attachment styles and how they influence friendships specifically.
Here we go.
I have not read this, so I don't know if it's good.
My anxious attachers. This is our time to shine.
Well, and you can have a different attachment style in friendships than you do in your relationships. So just remember that. Okay. Anxious attachment in friendships. Characteristics. People with an anxious attachment style often crave closeness and reassurance in their friendships. They may worry about being abandoned or that their friends don't value their friendship as much as they do. Behaviors. Frequently seeking validation or affirmation from friends. Overanalyzing interactions for signs of rejection or conflict. Difficulty tolerating time apart or perceived distance in the friendship. May come across as, quote, clingy or overly dependent. Challenges. Their intense need for connection can sometimes overwhelm friends. Fear of rejection or abandonment can lead to conflict or miscommunication.
You know what, though? I think my friendship with Elle was some kind of miscommunication that maybe I could have pursued or maybe been more attentive. I don't know. I'll never know. Yeah, whatever. I mean, shout out, I guess.
Just noises. Growth areas. Learning to self-soothe, trust their friends' loyalty, and establish personal boundaries can help balance their need for connection with independence.
Yes.
Avoidant attachment in friendships. Characteristics. Individuals with an avoidant attachment style often value independence and may find it difficult to rely on others or open up emotionally in friendships. Behaviors. Keeping friends at a distance emotionally. Hesitation or discomfort with vulnerability or deep emotional conversations. Avoiding conflict by withdrawing rather than addressing issues directly. May come across as distant or disinterested. Challenges. Their reluctance to show vulnerability can make it hard for friends to feel close to them. They may unintentionally push people away to protect themselves from potential hurt. Growth areas. Developing trust, practicing vulnerability, and recognizing the importance of interdependence in friendships can help foster deeper connections. The importance of interdependence in friendships. Interesting sentence. Interactions between the two. When anxious and avoidant attachment styles meet in a friendship, their dynamics can become complicated. The anxious friend may feel rejected or neglected by the avoidant friend's emotional distance. The avoidant friend may feel overwhelmed or pressured by the anxious friend's need for closeness. Misunderstandings can arise as both partners react based on their own fears, reinforcing the other's insecurities. Building healthier friendships. 1. Self-awareness. Understand your own attachment style and how it affects your interactions. 2. Open communication. Share your needs and listen to your friends' needs. 3. Boundaries. Respect each other's boundaries while working towards mutual understanding. 4. Therapy or growth work. Therapy for friendships? That's crazy. Explore attachment styles and strategies for balance through resources like therapy books or workshops. Friendships thrive when both parties work to create a secure, supportive, and understanding dynamic. That's all I got. That one, all you for the first one. I mean, word for word.
Yeah. I sometimes think about this friend Elle in the form of like, I remember her telling me that she broke up with like her boyfriend of 3 years or something, all because they got into a huge argument. I mean, maybe there was other things too, but he called her the B word and she just broke up with him. And I was like, what? Me who's getting abused? What? Just because he called you the B word? You're not
Right.
going to forgive him for that? No.
No.
Because if you let it happen once, it'll happen again.
Yep.
That's what she told me. And I just think, would she be proud of me now?
Probably.
Like, I know she's on my social media. Like, I know she's seeing all these. Like, I know she's seeing that I, am divorced now and I am in a healthy relationship. And I just think to myself, like, I wonder if she's, like, clapping for me. Like, because we didn't end, like, on bad terms. I think we ended on uncertain terms. But, like, there was no breakup or anything. Like, I think it's still salvageable. Could be, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, I have a few thought-provoking questions about friendship.
Oh, fuck me for
and then
any.
we can end it on that. What qualities do you value most in a friend and why?
Understanding, empathy, listening, like a good listener.
Yep.
Experienced.
Experience, yeah. Like if you've never been through anything, you won't be able to relate or be empathetic of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, just generally non-judgmental. Like, allow us to be able to be real with each other without being judged.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
Just kidding.
How do you define loyalty in friendship, and where do you draw the line between loyalty and self-sacrifice?
Whoa.
That's pretty good.
I think another reason why it was so tough for me on friendships is because when there is a separation of two people, you start to see how people sway. And I think for me, I kind of use that as like my loyalty test. But honestly, that doesn't even matter either. Like, if they want to still be friends with that person, that's on them.
Right.
But I guess just loyalty would be in the forms of like, there's like a meme where it says something like, defend me in tables where I don't sit at or whatever.
Right.
Like, if you still got my back, even when I'm not there, that's, I think, when you measure loyalty or a good friendship.
Right. Yeah, I would agree. But like, what about for yourself when you're measuring your own loyalty versus your own like self, like when you have to draw back to yourself? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like when a friend needs you.
Oh, okay.
How far do you go before you say, I can't anymore?
I'd say that I think I'd go pretty far for my friends, and then I really don't think there's much of a limit. I think I would go above and beyond. I think I do go above and beyond.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
For my close knit friends,
right.
I think I do.
Right.
And if I don't, you're not a close knit friend.
Yeah, I think for my very close friends, pretty far. Like, pretty far.
Yeah, pretty far.
Probably more on the end of a detriment to me than drawing back to myself. But Sorry, I just got a weird text from my dad.
Read it.
I'll read it. Yummy. Just had a pork loin out of the crock pot from Pinterest. I have plenty of it left if you want it. But it's just weird how you said yummy like it was a social media post. Yummy. Just had pork loin out of the crock pot. Anyway, let's do one more question. What lessons have your longest lasting friendships taught you? That's a good one. I would say that kind of like what we talked about in this episode was like for the friendships that are the longest lasting, that are going to continue to last long, when you're with each other, it's like time hasn't passed. Mm-hmm. And that's something that it's people that know you so truly that there's no loss between time. Time does not make you lose anything.
Yeah, and I guess to piggyback off that is like a good friend is someone you don't have to question. Mm-hmm. And if you start to question, or it makes you feel icky, or it makes you feel like, I don't think I like the way I felt when I was around that person.
Yeah.
Listen to your gut.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like, they don't necessarily have to do anything.
It doesn't have to be black and white.
It doesn't have to be black and white. It's okay.
It can just be, I'm uncomfortable and I'm not going to pour into that friendship.
Not gonna see you.
All right. Well, I have to pee really bad, so we're going to end this episode right here.
Oh, okay.
Also, I think we had a good conversation, even though we kept losing our train of thought.
Oh.
The train was gone for a while there. But hopefully you guys made it through the snowstorm of 2025.
Yep.
I am at Angelica's house and it's snowing right now.
My big toenail polish is gone.
Crazy for that one.
Way to go. How did this come off?
It's chipping. It's pretty old, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can see it's growing out a little bit.
I think that this is from October.
Yeah. It's just chipping.
Mine sorry.
Chips. It's even gel polish chips over time.
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry.
Hope you guys made it through the snowstorm. I'm at Angelica's house right now. There's probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches out there.
Yeah, and it's still going.
It's still going, yeah. My car probably has 2 or 3 inches on top of it.
Oh my gosh.
But that truck just flew by. I'll be fine. I have all-wheel drive.
You know, we pay an HOA.
Why they're not out here plowing.
Yeah,
They're probably gonna wait till tonight so that more snowfall does.
No, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Update us that on next week. What the fuck is wrong with me? Mm-hmm. Update us on that next week. I want to hear about your HOA if they did it or not. Mm-hmm. Hopefully y'all listening. I'm just kidding. Don't listen to this podcast.
Please don't.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.